Okay, you guys, this is going to be a video response to Will's Comic Book Man as Rose Red is leaving. She's supposed to be our little demonstrator, help me demonstrate what I mean. But I was going to write a comment, but the 250 character limit gets in the way of that, so I'm just going to make a video response. Well, the first thing I would consider in an aggressive corn snake is, what is your hot temperature? If the ideal temperature is 85 degrees. If it gets above 90, corns can get really aggressive, which makes quite a bit of sense if you think about it. If you were constantly getting overheated or even hot or being burned, you'd be mean and on edge as well. The second thing is your enclosure definitely does need more decorations like plants or hides, because the snake needs to feel secure. I usually try to put my hides a nice snug fit for the snake so it's not too big. Security is a pretty big issue. If they are feeling constantly threatened, constantly exposed, they're going to be on edge pretty much the whole time, and Rose Red is trying to figure out the right answer getting out of this platform, but she'll never find that answer. The third thing, I can't count today, but the third thing is on how you pick the snake up. Do not go and pick the snake up from above all the time, especially if it's a snake that is already aggressive and is showing signs of being a little scared. Instead, opt to pick up from the side, which I will try to demonstrate a little bit there. Rose Red's kind of a really bad demonstration. I can pick her up specifically from whatever direction I want to. But yeah, you pick up from the side. Try not to pick up from above. Do not go straight for the head. They don't like that. She'll flinch. She won't bite me, but she'll flinch. So yeah, you go about mid-girth from the side and pick up. And when you are picking the snake up, you also need to be decisive and not hesitate. That doesn't mean going fast, but go in there deliberately. Hesitating really is not the best for the snake. That makes the snake nervous. The snake has no idea what you're going to do. You also need to realize that when you are picking a snake up, it is probably thinking that you are a predator. That is embedded into their instincts. So the biting is probably what it sounds like is most likely happening when you're picking them up. Bite-wise, I know this sounds kind of cruel, but you're just going to have to take it. You are teaching the snake by letting it go when it bites you, if you do, that it biting you equals it let go. They are not the most intelligent creatures, and please stop trying to go under the thermostat, Rose Red. I really don't like that. Yeah, you. Like I said, they aren't the most intelligent creatures, but they can learn by repetition. And a corn snake bite, in all honesty, is nothing. It'll barely draw blood, and that's just about it, especially with the corn snake as small as yours. I've also heard, although I have not tried, putting a shirt in that smells like you. I believe you wear a clean shirt for a day, and then you put it into the cage with the snake, and the snake smells your scent and thus gets a little desensitized with you. You may want to try that. You want to make sure you are feeding the snake properly. I don't know your feeding schedule, but that may opt for getting it more aggressive if you're not feeding it enough. And it's going to take time. There's no instant, gratification. You're just going to have to keep handling it, for 5 or 10 minutes a day, excluding 2 days after feeding, and if it's in shed. You have to take that time. If it bites you in those 5 or 10 minutes, just keep handling it. It isn't going to do any serious injury to you. And Rose Red, gosh darn it, I get you want to hide. I understand being in this bright light scares the dickens out of you, but I'd really prefer you not try to go under that thermostat that you can't fit in, you fatty. I'm sorry, I'm really getting off topic of my own video response, but yeah, like I said, just keep handling your snake for 5 or 10 minutes a day. Don't put it down just because it bites you, and when you put it back, make sure it hasn't just bitten you. So yeah, that is my advice. Until later, we shall bid you adieu, and I will put little Miss Rose Red back into her cage, because she is on her own little adventure. Kinda. Sorta.